What if I told you one team cracked the code in the HCS offseason before anyone else even laced up? Shopify Rebellion announced their roster December 11, 2024. That head start turned into 5 offseason wins out of 6 tournaments, 2 Open Series titles, and a collision course with this weekend's Last Chance Qualifier. But this isn't just a team, it's a story. Best friends torn apart, 3-time world champs chasing more, and young guns shaking the scene. Royal 2 and Snakebite, a duo for 14 years, since 2011. Frosty, Royal 2 and Snakebite just won a championship together.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions changed. They always do.
Now it's time for a new chapter. Frosty and Royal 2, they brought those rings. They brought that experience. They took Last Shot and Cykul and added them to the mix. The question on everyone's mind is, will Shopify Rebellion keep the fire burning up until Arlington next month? Will they be the same team on LAN? And judging from this clip from Last Shot, they're not going to be the same team. They're going to get better.
No Winter Finals on Aqua Slayer, you getting mad blinks, bro. All I'm gonna say is wait till LAN, Computron.
And what a LAN that will be. If you want to get tickets, the website's right here. It's in Arlington, Texas, of course, and I'm very excited for what's to come, but let's dive into this Shopify roster. After a lot of speculation and a roster mania we knew was brewing in the background, it's Shopify Rebellion on December 11th that finally released the roster. Frosty and Royal 2, the world champs from FaZe, and of course, Cykul and Last Shot, the 2 young guns. Coupled that with Best Man, and everyone was looking at this roster a bit scared. Zoom in on the vets here, of course. Frosty and Royal 2. They've got history. Teamed up for 3 of those titles together, dominating in Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, but it's deeper than rings. Royal 2 and Snakebite, best friends for 14 years. 18 event wins, over $2 million in prize pool, and 3 world championships as a duo. It all started, of course, back in MLG Columbus 2012. Their very first LAN victory, of course, on Team Status Quo. A Game 11 comeback in Slayer from 45 to 42. That's where it all began. They were unbreakable. Of course, until now. Royal 2 split to Shopify. Snakebite, of course, over to SSG with Eco, Stellar, and Lucid. But Royal 2's thriving. 5 off-season wins, 2 Open Series dubs, he's locked in. Snakebite, on the other hand, just a little bit quieter. SSG having a bit of a hard time with 2 duos being split up from their partners, of course, Lucid and Trippy. So a little bit of an adjustment period is needed, but a lot of promise in that roster as well. Let's shift our focus, though, over to the young guns real quick. Last Shot and Cykul are the kids who play like vets. Last Shot tore it up with Pure in 2024. A top 6 finish at Worlds, and of course, a monster online. Tony Why Not Be Casting, one of the casters for the HCS and LVT, talked about how he used to cast Last Shot when he was playing SWAT way back in the day. The kid has made strides to be one of the best players in the game. Cykul's the only player to stay on that Shopify Rebellion roster from 2024. 3 third-place finishes as the youngest player in the league. Reddit's competitive Halo dubs him as the new age Pistola. Hard to kill, and of course map control like a legend. Frosty and Royal 2's 3 rings each set the tone. Last Shot and Cykul's hunger push it further. Vets and rookies in sync. That's why Shopify is dominating. That sync hit the Open Series hard. 2 wins. Open number 2, March 9th, and of course, Open number 3 on March 16th. In Open number 2, it was actually Optic Gaming that take the Grand Finals to a Grand Finals reset, meaning they come from that lower side.
Time they spawn, the push is coming. It's there in full force. The world champs, Royal 2 and Frosty, have 17 apiece. They have more kills combined than the rest of Optic Gaming.
5 more points remaining, and Shopify Rebellion will win this Open. HCS Open number 2. The back-to-back is stopped, and Shopify come out victorious. Even resetting the bracket, Optic were not able to close out that Grand Finals, and that was going to be a loss for them. In Open Series number 3, Shopify are actually the ones to reset the bracket. This time, though, they come out victorious.
It's 53 seconds when they hit the rotation. They've only let 14 seconds of neutral time off the clock. This is hyper efficient for Optic so far, but the green goo connects. Frosty with the double kill. He's not done yet. He's going for all 4. Torval goes down. Triple legend, last alive. Frosty's on the hunt for the over.
It's a 1v1 that matters the most, and Legend comes through. The MVP shines once again. 25 seconds remain, and Optic Gaming, they need this hill. Optic are still in the lead in this hill, so Optic need to take their time if they want to take this hill over. Last shot, so much damage has been done. He doubles back. Renegade gonna trade. Last shot, not a lot of value coming out of this camo.
We're close. They can't
There
get
is
to
no
the
way.
hill in time.
It's the 1v1. There it is. It's a trade. Shopify Rebellion are going to do it. Shopify Rebellion 3-0. Optic Gaming to win HCS number 3. Going into the Last Chance Qualifier, which is actually this weekend, Shopify Rebellion are coming in with 5 off-season wins and, of course, 2 Open Series wins in a row. Are they going to be able to close out this Last Chance Qualifier to make sure they secure that number 1 spot? Optic are on their tail, and they're not going to let them down easy. What's impressive to me as well is the fact of who's been in their corner. It's, of course, Moist Critical, aka Charlie, a big streamer on Twitch and YouTube, has come in and has supported his roster here. Of course, he is part owner of Shopify Rebellion now, and he ended up watching Open Series number 3, or at least we caught him watching Open Series number 3, where I was actually casting that very last match. So very cool to see him as supportive as he is, and I think that's going to give the team even more fire going into this Last Chance Qualifier and going into LAN. And of course, guys, if you want to see Optic's side of the story, I've got another video on Optic as well that I just released called The Curse, where it talks about Optic's curse in the 2024 season and why that roster was made. So check that out right now after you like this video and subscribe to the channel, but only if you're enjoying the content. I will see you this weekend at the Last Chance Qualifier.